How's it going?
I'm going to start off. Devon will have a couple of comments, and then certainly we'll open it up to questions. So,
Great.
Devon?
So I guess you guys probably read the statement. My plans are to pretty much forego the next track season and turn professional here in the next couple of weeks to a month, and then compete professionally this spring once I'm healthy. It's a big decision. I talked to my teammates, my coaches, my family, and I just felt this was the best for me as an athlete to kind of move on in my career as a professional athlete. And I think it'll give me the best opportunity to accomplish what I want to accomplish in the future, and that's winning a gold medal and holding the world record in the 110 hurdle. So I think at least for the next couple of years, I'm probably going to focus on track, and see where that takes me. So yeah, it's about what I got, I guess. I just want to thank my family first and foremost for being there, supporting me, and all the coaches that helped mold me and get me to this point in my career, football and track. And then I want to thank God, and I want to thank everyone, all the fans, all the media people that do a great job at doing what they do, and just being around such a great place like the University of Oregon. So thank you guys.
Open up to questions. Raise your hand, and we'll bring the microphone to you. We'll start with Ryan.
Devon, I was just curious, did your injury this year impact this decision? Do you think if you're healthy it might be different, or did it have an impact?
I was kind of balancing between going professional or not after the Olympic trials. Ran in the Olympics, kind of was a little disappointed with my finish, so I was like, maybe I'll just play this football season out since I didn't win a gold medal and see how that goes. I think either way, I would have turned professional pretty soon. If I would have played football this year, maybe, went pro in track, or, maybe went to the NFL combine, to the draft, or, one more year. You never know. I think the time period of about a year from the Olympics to now, or until the next year, I would have turned professional in something, I think, just because I'm getting towards the end of my collegiate career. But I don't think the injury really affected it. I was thinking about it before. Unfortunately, I did get injured. Kind of luckily, it happened early in the season, so it wouldn't really affect my track season very much, because I'll be able to start training in January like I usually do. So I'm excited about that.
Go ahead, Warren.
Devon, the last time we were here, I think when you just got back from Rio, I had asked you about your goal about playing in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Does this completely squash that goal, and is there still a drive maybe to play in the NFL for you? Yeah,
I think, my ideal scenario is to run track for the next couple of years, and then 2020 Olympics win a gold medal, have the world record, and then I can put that to the side and try to play football. So I think that's the ideal scenario. You never really know with myself. My mind changes a lot too. So you never know. Next year I'm like, I don't want to do track anymore and do that. But I think for right now, I really want to focus on track for the next 3 to 4 years, in hopes of winning that gold medal in the Olympics in Tokyo. And I think focusing on track is going to give me the best opportunity to do that, just because I'll be able to put my time and effort into one sport and really, train as the athlete I need to be for the hurdles. Yeah.
Get a microphone to Chantel.
Is the plan to stay in Eugene and train, or will you be traveling somewhere else to train?
Yeah. I'll be done with school in spring, so I'm going to stay here and train during the spring and summer for this season, of course, with Jamie Cook, my coach right now, and then kind of adjust from there. Decide whether or not I'm going to stay here in Eugene, or move, somewhere else. Obviously, there's a lot of factors with that and turning professional. Sometimes, some companies want you to go train with a specific group. Some people just let you do whatever you want to do. So I haven't really decided what's going to be in the future. Obviously, I like it here. The training's gone well here. So ideal scenario would be to stay here and train. I have all the facilities I need, all the support staff that I need to be successful here. And I think that's what's going to help me propel to the next level.
Tyson?
Just where are you in your progression with your injury, and when can you start kind of training full time for that?
I'm about 6 weeks out from surgery. So I've been starting to lift. My range of motion is pretty much back to where it needs to be. I've been running a little bit in the pool, lifting, getting back into some kind of shape. And then hopefully in the next month or so, I'll be jogging and then progress from there. So hopefully last time I was about 3.5 months before I started sprinting. So 3.5 months for my surgery, probably be late December, early January. So I'll be sprinting by then. Hopefully, start to train a little bit, get into shape, do some mobility with the hurdles, and then USA Championships are in June, I believe. So it's about 9 months after my surgery. And if you go off timeline from last time, I played my first game at like 7.5 months after surgery. So I think with track being not so aggressive and all that stuff, I'll definitely be able to push that timeline back a little bit with the time when I'm able to get back.
Sky?
First question, do you have an agent, and can we anticipate in the next few days maybe an endorsement deal or anything?
I don't yet. I talked to a lot of agents right after trials and stuff like that, just because that topic came up. So I have a few in mind. I'll probably give them a call here today or tomorrow once they know. And then I would expect it to progress pretty quickly, just because that's kind of how it works. When you become professional, you don't really want to loll around too long. So, yeah, I should have an agent here in the next couple of weeks and hopefully have some kind of deal in the next couple of weeks as well, just so I can, be done with that and then focus on getting healthy and training.
Let's go closer to Ryan here first.
Devon, if I'm not mistaken, the four guys that finished ahead of you were pretty experienced. 2020, if you're at the Olympics, do you feel like that's kind of the prime for a hurdler, a second Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at history, a lot of the world record holders have been like the range between 27 and 31. So I'll be 25. Hopefully, I'll have developed by then. More as an athlete, more as a hurdler, and I think I'll have a little bit more experience. The Olympics this past season was the first time I ever traveled out of the country to compete, in my first international experience, like racing against other countries. Pretty much. So I think I got some good experience. I hopefully with this season I'll be able to travel a little bit more, maybe to Europe and to other places to compete. And so I start to get used to that more. And then by the time 4 years roll around, I'll be an expert.
Back to Mike Scow in the back.
When you look back and reflect on your career at Oregon in football and track, looking at it sort of in hindsight now and putting it into perspective, do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like you got out of it what you wanted? Do you feel like there was still a little bit more that maybe an injury forced you to sort of move on from?
Yeah, I think overall I had a great career. I felt like I had an awesome experience here too. My number one goal was to get my degree, and so I'll finish that in the spring, which is first and foremost. But playing two sports in college is tough. I can definitely vie for that, and trying to balance those two as well with school and social life, and unfortunately some injuries is tough. And so being able to compete, in football and get hurt, and then compete in track and do well, and then get hurt again, and then compete in football and do well. I think it's just unfortunate with the injuries, but I think overall I had a great experience, and I think my career here was pretty good. I had a great time. I had fun playing and running here at Oregon, and I think now it's just kind of time to move on. Getting a little bit older and kind of getting what I can get out of the sport. I mean, obviously football, you can do a lot. Track and field, there's really not much I can do on the collegiate level anymore, other than break the collegiate record, which is 300ths of a second faster than what I've run. But I think, I think overall I had a pretty good career, and I'd be happy with it. And if I would have told my friends or my kids back in the day, I was like, hey, your dad did this or whatever like that, I'll be proud of it.
Go to Matt first.
You said you've talked about constantly changing your mind. What was that final thing that pushed you over the edge to go this direction?
I think just after the Olympics, I wasn't frustrated, but I was a little unhappy with the way I finished, and I just felt that I felt confident that if I spent my full time focusing on track, like a lot of the other guys do, I think it gave me a better opportunity to perform well on that kind of stage, and I think that'll give me the best opportunity to win a gold medal, and that's what I'm going for ultimately.
Kind of a big picture question, same way, but are you at peace with the decision? And how difficult was it to do this?
Yeah, it's tough. I still go out there and watch practice. So it's tough being around the guys and not playing. I just want to just be involved and help out. But I guess at some point in life you have to kind of decide what you want to do and make tough decisions, and that's what being an adult is all about. And I think it's about time to do that. And like I said, it's a hard decision, and I'm gonna miss my teammates, my brothers. But that's what I had to do, and I think moving on is going to be the next best step for me and in my career and for me and my family and everything like that. So.
Tyson?
Just what do you think it's going to be like? Because kind of for the last 3 years, during football season, you're known as the football playing hurdler, and then during track season, you're the hurdler who plays football.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of your kind of identity or brand per se. Just what's it going to be like, kind of narrowing that down to one focus?
I think I still might be considered the football guy doing hurdles for the next couple of years. Obviously. With the media and stuff like that. But I think just being able to focus on one thing and kind of train for that, train my body in a specific way, I think I'm going to get a ton faster. Hopefully I can, obviously I'm a 110 hurdle, but I want to move into other events, 100, 200, 400 hurdles. My coach is a decathlon coach, so maybe the decathlon a little bit. And with the time to do that and train, I'll be able to get my body to where I need to be. And I think just focusing in general is going to help me kind of tunnel my way into being successful in that career path.
You took a risk by coming back to play football. Obviously, it was your passion, though, so don't second guess that. But has your value dropped at all given what's happened over the last month plus?
I wouldn't say so. I think my value is the same, if not better. Obviously, I've done this to my other knee before, and I came back faster and competed just as well. So, for me, I think it just makes a good story. If I come back this summer and win a world championships, that's the greatest scenario, right? So I think, I don't think my value has gone down at all. I think me getting my degree is what's important, and kind of moving from there. I think as a collegiate athlete, I think that's an important thing to do, is kind of finish what you started in college, and that's to get my degree, and then I kind of have some background in order to be successful on the business standpoint, because that's my major. I'm a business major. So, but I think my value is going to stay the same, if not get better from here on out.
Any more questions?
You have two. Devon, what is it about Eugene? You said you want to stay here and train, but what is it about this place that gives you the best opportunity to train at your maximum? And second, you talked about the NFL. If you win that world championship in a year or next year, will you maybe think about listening to NFL teams if they come calling?
To answer your first question, Eugene is a great environment. It's quiet, ideal for an athlete that wants to focus on, performing well. I think I have a lot of, like I said earlier, tons of facilities. My coaches, strength coaches, athletic training staff that's here. And I think just the people in Eugene in general, the fans especially, so knowledgeable, especially about track and field. If you walk around a track and field meet, they know every athlete, what their PRs are, what event they do, where they came from, everything about that. And that's what really makes it special, and what makes it special to compete at Hayward Field and to even compete in Autzen, because, all the fans know who you are and they know what you do. So I think the atmosphere is really something that I don't want to leave quite yet. That's one thing I'm kind of sad about, is I won't be able to run in the college meets. I might be able to get into Twilight meet, because that's an open meet, maybe Prefontaine Classic, to get that experience again. But yeah, I think the atmosphere is going to be the biggest thing, and I think, like I said, it's an ideal place to train. And to answer your second question, I guess I can always be open ears to those kind of conversations about the NFL. But I think for right now, I'm going to focus on track and field for at least the next 3 years, until the 2020 Olympics, just to give myself the greatest opportunity, to stay healthy, greatest opportunity to train and get my body right and ready to go to win that gold medal, which has been something I've been dreaming about for since I've been running track. So, yeah.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you.
Great.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Devon.
guys. Appreciate it.
Devon.